Today we are working Psalm 20. In Psalm Magic, we often hear of people using Psalm 20 for receiving favorable verdicts in court, before going to war, for blessings from on high, and for protection. Today, we're going to use Psalm 20 to receive blessings from on high. The way we work Psalm Magic is simple, easy, and effective. We recite the entire psalm out loud once, all the way through, without stopping. For step 2, we go back through that psalm and we take it one verse at a time and we search for hidden meanings within each verse. And we just do our best. It doesn't matter if you're perfect at any of this. You just do your best, and it's the effort of uncovering and digging for those meanings. We see them as magic seeds. And those magic seeds get planted in the depths of our mind, which we see as fertile ground. And then those seeds take root, they grow, they blossom forth, and they bear real fruit after their kinds in our world. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now with Psalm number 20. So think about the kind of blessing you desire. What part of your life needs a blessing from on high? And just keep that in mind as we go through this psalm. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. Send thee help from the sanctuary and strengthen thee out of Zion. Remember all thy offerings and accept thy burnt sacrifice, Selah. Grant thee according to thine own heart and fulfill all thy counsel. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and in the name of our God we will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions. Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. They are brought down and fallen, but we are risen and stand upright. Save, Lord, let the King hear us when we call. This is yet another psalm that has to do with a monarch. And it's important to recognize when we work magic in the psalms that we must take all aspects of the psalm personally. So you are the monarch being spoken of here. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. That's you. It's talking about you personally. Whatever the trouble is, or whatever the situation is that you're asking for blessings regarding, the Lord hears you. Now, who's the Lord? It's important that we always orient ourselves to this power, to this Lord in the Psalms. The Lord can be seen in several ways. If you're a religious person and you're reading the Psalms as a supplication, the tendency will be to think of the Lord as something far away, distinct and separate from you, and that if you do it right, if you pray correctly, you might get help. But from a magical perspective, we don't see it that way. We see the Lord as being the one source, the one power, the one substance in all of the universe. There is only oneness. And each of us is a personal extension of that force. And in that way, we are each the holy child of the infinite. As such, you are a holy monarch. There's an understanding that a monarchy is a representative of God. You are a royal representative of the infinite in your life. And so, of course, you deserve to get the help that you require. And it says that the Lord hears you in the day of trouble or in the day of need. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. The God of Jacob is the God that loves you no matter what. I always like to use Jacob as an example of a flawed individual that God said, I don't care. I'll overlook all of your flaws, everything that you've done, and I will still bless you. I will still bless you no matter what. No matter what. And as a result of that blessing, Jacob prospered and Jacob overcame his character flaws. Because of that blessing, Jacob overcame so many of those problems that he had. The same is true for you. The name of the God of Jacob defends you. Now, the name of God defending you is so important. The name of something is its nature. The qualities of the infinite are the things that are solving this problem, giving you this blessing, overcoming this problem, whatever it is that you've brought to the psalm. So think about your problem for a moment and think about what is the quality of the divine that addresses that. So let's say your problem is money. I need a financial blessing. What's the name of God that addresses financial issues? Infinite abundance. Infinite prosperity. If you've come to the psalm because of an illness, infinite life, the life principle itself, infinite health. These are the names of God. These are the names of the Lord. So think in terms of what quality of the infinite is addressing your specific situation, because the name of the God of Jacob is defending you, is healing you. Send thee help from the sanctuary and strengthen thee out of Zion. Zion is that holy temple on top of a holy hill. And that's a symbol for the meeting place where you and the infinite are. If you conceive of yourself as an extension of the infinite, think of the sun and a beam of light coming out of the sun. You as that beam of light are a perfect representation, a perfect extension, an individuation of that force. Well, where the beam of light and the sun meet, that's what is called Zion. So that's the highest, most exalted part of you as an individual, where you and the infinite are one. Out of that place is where the help comes. Out of that sanctuary is where your blessing comes from. Let's look at this in another way too. The blessings that you are asking for, the blessings you are requesting, are your birthright. You're not asking for a favor because you don't deserve it. You're asking for that which is your birthright. Of course you have the right to shine as a beam of light from the infinite. Of course that's what the infinite wants for you. When you're getting help sent from Zion, when you're getting help sent from the sanctuary, you're getting help sent from the source. And what could the help be? In reality, a sunbeam doesn't need anything. A sunbeam has everything it needs. It's only in the realm of a nightmare where the sunbeam is believing that it's separate from the sun is there any trouble. And so that's why it feels as though help has to come to you from on high, because you believe that you're lower and that the infinite is higher, because that's how you perceive things, because you don't live in the real world. None of us do. We live in an illusion. From the point of view of this illusion, we have to get blessings and help from somewhere else. But the reality is that help comes to you from within you. Think of the New Testament when Jesus was trying to re-educate all these people about what heaven is. The kingdom of heaven, they all thought was up in the sky, far, far away. And Jesus kept saying, no, it's in you. All within you. You don't have to go anywhere for this. You don't have to go anywhere for your blessings. Remember all thy offerings and accept thy burnt sacrifice, Selah. What are your burnt offerings? What are your sacrifices? When we say sacrifices in this context, we're not thinking about what you have to give up. We're thinking about what are your gifts. In other words, you can't receive something without giving first. It's just a law here. In Zion, in the invisible world, in heaven, in the celestial realms, in the realm of truth, giving and receiving happen simultaneously. But here, it seems to happen one after the other. So you can't receive unless you give. It's as if you are going around with your lungs full of air, holding your breath, saying, why can't I get any more air? Why can't I get any more air? It's because you have to let go. You have to, and then you can breathe in fresh air. You have to give in order to receive. And what you give, many other times in the Psalms where it talks about sacrifices, your sacrifices must be worthy. You must give from your heart. You must give freely. You must give with the desire to give. You don't give just so that you can receive. You give with the same quality that you want to receive. If you're giving begrudgingly, then what you receive is going to be tainted. But if you give freely and with joy, then your tenfold return is going to be joyous. When it says, remember all thy offerings and accept thy burnt sacrifice, Selah. whatever it is that you've brought to this psalm, whatever that is, where are you withholding your gift? Because you can't just give to God in this world. You have to give to God through people, through other people. That's the only way that you can give to the infinite. You can't just give to the infinite all by itself. There's nothing here to receive a gift to the infinite all by itself. You must give to the infinite through other people. So where are you beholding your gift? Where can you give freely? Where is the infinite directing you to give joyously? And you can ask. Nobody can tell you where to give and what to give and how to give. But if you're not receiving your blessing, the first thing you need to do is get the ball in motion. You have to get that energy moving. So ask the infinite, where do you want me to give? How do you want me to give? What do you want me to give? It might be something invisible. It may be forgiveness that you have to give. It may be a blessing that you have to give. It may be money that you have to give. But that's between you and the infinite. And remember, you're a monarch. You've got a hotline to the infinite. So you have to recognize that within yourself. It's up to you to recognize that you're that important. There's no intermediary that you go through. You go right into that inner kingdom within you, to that Zion, to that sanctuary within you, and ask. Grant thee according to thine own heart, and fulfill all thy counsel. When you are in consort with the infinite and you're asking for help, you are not only going to receive the help in tangible ways, you're going to receive the help in lessons, in education, in counsel. You will get leads. You will get intuitive hunches. You will be guided. You will be led. And the more you listen and the more you practice this, the more in tune with that infinite guidance you will be. It says, grant thee according to thine own heart, the heart of you as the monarch. Your heart is not only for you as yourself, but your heart is for your entire kingdom. And the kingdom is every aspect of your life. The people in your life, the circumstances in your life, everything is part of your monarchy. So what shape is your monarchy in? It's through your heart that you not only give thanks to the infinite, but you give thanks to the infinite for healing every aspect of your kingdom. And you listen. You listen just like a monarch has to listen to counsel. You listen to that counsel and you ask to be guided and led each and every step of the way. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and in the name of our God we will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions. Not just a couple, all of thy petitions. Whatever you want, you can have. Everything you want, you can have. But you have to want rightly. You have to want something from your heart. You have to want something that is real, not just some addictive response, not just some desire of the ego. You have to want from your heart. It says, we will rejoice in thy salvation. So you rejoice in the solving of this. You rejoice in the receiving of this blessing right now. You don't want to wait until you get what you think you need and then rejoice. You rejoice in it now. And that is the magic dust upon which the manifestation of your desire comes to pass. And in the name of our God, we will set up our banners, again with the name of God. What qualities of the infinite are the principles through which the blessing that you are asking for is manifest? And your banners are, yay, it's coming. Yay, it's here. You want to thank the infinite for the solving of the problem or the blessing that you're asking for now. What that does is it tells your deep mind it's here. And then your deep mind no longer resists the change because it knows it's already here, because we're thanking. We're grateful for it. We're rejoicing in it. So it's here. So it's no longer resisting the change. Your deep mind wants to maintain status quo because it wants your life to have consistency. So if you're starting your gratitude and your thanksgiving and your celebration of whatever it is that you're asking for now, it's telling your deep mind it's a done deal. So it gives up any of the resistance to the manifestation of that thing. Because the Lord will fulfill all your petitions, all of them. You don't get one wish. You don't get 3 wishes. You get an infinite amount of petitions that all are fulfilled. So asking for what is the righteous desire of my heart. And of course, the infinite wants me to have that. And in fact, if you go back to the earlier verses where it talked about Zion, it's already been fulfilled. You are an extension of perfection. So anything that you could possibly require or desire has already been given you. It's just within the realm of the nightmare, it seems as though you're lacking something. And so that's being changed for you. Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. So the right hand is not only the utility hand, but it's the hand of battle. The utility of the infinite and the defense from the infinite. Strength in the Psalms is usually strength in battle. So whatever it is that you're battling, you don't have to battle it. The infinite's got this. It's taking care of it. It says, now know I, the Lord saveth his anointed. You are the anointed. You are the monarch. You didn't anoint yourself. The infinite anointed you. You don't really have a choice in this. The only choice you have is whether to delay receiving your blessing or not. But you really don't have a choice in whether you get blessed or not. You were created as a blessing, out of blessing, through blessing. You're going to be blessed whether you like it or not. The only choice you have is whether to receive it, whether to acknowledge it. So now you're saying, okay, I've been anointed. I'm accepting that I'm anointed. I'm accepting my blessings now. And the Lord saveth his anointed. That means that whatever you've asked for has already been granted you. It's just a matter of you allowing for the manifestation to happen, not resisting the manifestation. He will hear him from his holy heaven. Again, with the holy heaven, it's right within you. It's right behind your heart. That's where your soul is centered, is right in the heart of you. And so when you allow yourself to recognize that the infinite is not far, far away. Heaven is not when you die. Heaven is not out there. Heaven is where you are, inside of you. And if you want to know more and more about heaven and the infinite, you go deeper and deeper within you. The more you understand, the more you become acquainted with, the more you become at one with this so-called heaven, this so-called Zion, and this so-called Lord. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. Now it's a we and them sort of thing. A magical way of looking at this is we being the truth and them being the lie. We being the soul and them being the ego. The ego will trust in chariots and horses, but we, the soul, know that we don't need those things. And if we need those things will come to us as a result of the infinite's will through us. We have to do nothing but relax into the blessing that we've asked for and receive it, and everything will be taken care of for us. They are brought down and fallen, but we are risen and stand upright. The ego mind does fall. That's why evil always destroys itself. It's not that it's being punished. It's just that whenever you have something that's not true and the light is shined on it, it dissolves, just like the darkness in a room dissolves when you turn on the light. No light can stand up to scrutiny, and scrutiny being the light of truth. So they are brought down and fallen. Anything that's not real or true about yourself is brought down and fallen. That is the ego mind. But we, meaning you, are risen and stand upright. And the reason you're risen and stand upright is not because you were downfallen and downtrodden before, but you believed you were. You believed you were. You believed you were a little nothing. You believed that you were sick. You believed that you deserved poverty. You believed that you deserved abuse, whatever those things are. And so within the realm of the human storyline, yes, you were downtrodden. So within the realm of the human storyline, you're going to rise up. And that's wonderful. But you rise up within the realm of the human storyline because you recognize, I never fell. I never fell. I believed I did. I had all kinds of evidence to support the idea that I fell. But I've always been beloved. I've always been a ray of pure light from a central sun. I've always been immensely powerful. I've always been at one with my source. There's never been any moment of time or point of space where I have not been the holy anointed child of the infinite. Now you are recognizing within the realm of the storyline, in this place that I'm asking for a blessing, it's going to happen. It's happening as we speak, actually. And I'm grateful that it's happening. But the reason it's happening is because it's reflecting a truth that's always been there. And I'm no longer allowing my mind to resist that truth or to tell me lies that I then project onto the screen of space, which is what I've been doing. Save, Lord. Let the King hear us when we call. Remember, you're the King. So who are the us that are asking for the King to hear? All of your thoughts, all of your mind, all of the parts of your life that feel so vulnerable, that feel as though they are separate, that feel that they have to scrape and save and scrimp or battle or struggle or connive their way to having something good happen in their lives. All of those parts of you are coming together now and recognizing, no, we have a monarch. And that's you. That's the you that's connected to the infinite. It's calling all the forces together within you to work as a unit. When all of the parts of your mind are focused and together and working in harmony, just imagine the amount of power you have. Just imagine if every single part of you that's always been at odds with itself came together for a unified purpose to serve the monarch, which is you. Imagine how different your life is going to be. Well, that's what's happening. That's what we're doing in this psalm. We're pulling ourselves together, and we are a force to be reckoned with now because we are one with the infinite. The infinite's got this. We really don't have to do much except for keep it together and let the infinite work through us. And it's a beautiful thing. So you just keep coming back to the same psalm. Once a day is fine. If you feel like you need it, you can do it more than once a day. Keep working like this until you get that click, until you get a sense of peace and certainty about whatever the matter was that you brought to the psalm. And once you get that, you want to honor it. Say, the spell is cast. I don't have to work on this anymore. In fact, I'm going to forget it and move on to something else. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time, blessed be.